The next thing I want to talk about, Mr. Speaker, is the Impact Assessment Act. Now, the budget brought in some minor tweaks to it. In particular, it's in the BIA. And so far, the commentary on it is that this is most likely going to be unconstitutional as well. One of the big hang-ups that I'm noticing when I read over some of the wording in it, but also from comments that I've seen from others, is a couple issues. One being keeping the ministerial designation framework in place. This is problematic for a couple of reasons. One is it could allow them to wiggle their way again into the province's jurisdiction, which has been a problem with the original Impact Assessment Act, and it's currently an issue with other ways that this Liberal government treats the provinces. They venture into provincial jurisdiction on a regular basis, and the changes in the Impact Assessment Act further enable them to do that. And keeping this ministerial designation framework is going to continue to lead to that infringement. But what it also does is creates uncertainty for the investor, for the proponent, who is looking for a quick, rapid timeline to try to get their projects built. Now, this matters because even with this government's approach, they want to stop pipelines. They want to stop oil and gas development. I get it. But there's a lot of green energy that wants to be built and developed all the way across the country. And allowing uncertainty like this continues to be problematic. We heard in the Natural Resources Committee when we were talking about the Atlantic Accord bill that came through, we heard about this issue. And this was something that was not addressed. Trying to make sure that there's certainty for all the resource sector is of utmost importance. You know, because all across this country, Canada is blessed with all kinds of rare earth minerals. We're blessed with abundances of oil, natural gas, other things like helium, lithium. We've got cobalt. We've got all the things that are going to be needed to build out, say, a battery supply chain. Traditional oil and gas obviously being a big part of that because the world needs Canadian gas. They've came and asked multiple times, and this government's turned them down numerous times for Canadian LNG. And actually another report that I saw today that I was reading shows that this last month, Russia has gone past the United States as the biggest supplier now for natural gas to Europe. And knowing what's going on over in Europe right now with the war in Ukraine and Russia, this government is further enabling the Putin war machine to continue to get the resources that it needs because they're still selling their gas into Europe. Canada has the resources to be able to be that provider, but because this government has killed off right around 15 to 16 LNG projects since the time that they are empowered to make sure they weren't built, has put us at a disadvantage, has put our allies in Europe at an extreme disadvantage because we don't have the ability to supply them with the product that they want and that they need. Now, the government said, oh, we'll give them green hydrogen, but we're years away from that being able to be a reality, Mr. Speaker. We have a proven commodity that we could be using, we could be exporting, and they have said no to that.